Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you're doing really well. I want to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Gemini out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember, the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Gemini, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that is not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Gemini? Gemini. Gemini. All right, Gemini, you're starting out with the Hierophant. You have the Temperance card in the reverse, and coming out together, we have the Moon along with the Six of Wands reverse. All right, so Gemini, there is a sense of you trying to find your balance. Some of you could be seeking some sort of guidance. You could be going to a spiritual leader or trying to find somebody to help you find that balance here. For some of you, this is counseling as well. It could be with regard to a relationship, but I feel like there's a deep imbalance that is present here in this relationship. And this is what's causing you to, seek help in dealing with it. There are secrets that are involved here. It could be a secretive connection, or it could be just secrets that's creating this imbalance. And I also feel like that's causing this connection or this relationship to be unsuccessful. There's also, and I have to say, there's a need for you to do some healing here, because there's a sense here, Gemini, that whatever this connection was, it looked like it was going to be really good, and it wasn't. It looked like, so there's a sense here of an illusion, basically, that has been cast. And you're realizing that, and that's what's making you feel like it's not working out. Somebody presented themselves as bigger or better than they actually were. So let me see who's in your energy. This could be somebody you're currently in a connection with. Show me who is in Gemini's energy. Show me who's in Gemini's energy. Whoever it is doesn't want to give up their energy very readily. I can tell you that. Which is very interesting. Of course, you know I'm going to pull it. Might take me a minute, but I'm going to get it. Show me who's in Gemini's energy. Let's see who we got. Ah, that's why. Knight of Wands. This could have been an on and off situation, or this person could be a bit of a player. They view this relationship as being something that's a bit dangerous. We've got the Page of Swords, and we've got the Magician. So this person could be a little bit manipulative as well. I'm also feeling like they could be doing some spying on you. So I feel like you're coming across as being a little bit mysterious to them. They don't know what's going on with you or what's up with you. This person might be younger than you, or possibly just a little bit immature. There's an element of danger. So I don't know if you're involved in a connection, Gemini, and you're feeling, or this person's attracted to you. There's a sense here of mystery, though. They don't know what's going on. That's why they're doing this spying on you. This could be somebody that you have been on and off with, but I will tell you right now that there is a sense of manipulation. In fact, this person could even do some sort of magic or candle magic or something. They view this connection as being dangerous, and that's the attraction. Show me Show me the energy between Gemini and this person. They're very focused on you. And they're definitely, in some manner, watching you or trying to keep up with you. They don't want to give up the energy either. King of Swords. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I feel like you are in your power here, though. You're in your power, and I feel like you might be receiving information about this person, because I don't feel like you're in a connection with them, because you might want to be, because they're spying on you. They're looking in on you. There's been communication between the two of you. And this person is very attracted to you. Show me what's affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting this connection. There may have been communication here between the two of you, or this could be you putting up your boundaries, stepping into your power. And that might have been on the advice of someone else. I do feel like if this person does approach you, and it looks like they're going to, that you are open to talking to them. Show me what's affecting this connection. The High Priestess. Yeah, so Scorpio energy, but what this is showing me is that you could be getting tarot readings on this person, or you could be, seeking a psychic. They could be doing the same for that matter. There's a sense here of this being very unbalanced, though. And it's unbalanced possibly because you're in another connection. Possibly you could be married or in another connection, and this is secretive, and you're feeling like, okay, well, it would have to be a secret affair, and I just don't think it would work out. There's a sense here of you not wanting someone else to know about this connection. So there's definitely very secretive energy that's affecting the connection. But between you and this person, there's been a pretty honest discussion. Just be careful, because I feel like this person could be manipulative as well. So let me see. Show me the outcome for Gemini. Show me the outcome. Three of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, you're avoiding something that you feel won't work out because you know it's going to be painful. So you're avoiding that. That's why you're coming across here as being so mysterious to this person. And the problem with it is, and if you think it's a problem, it is that this person, it's just making them more and more, obsessed with you. This person is literally obsessed with you, Gemini. So I feel like they're doing some low-key spying. It looks like they're getting readings done on you possibly, or they could just be watching a lot of tarot. But this person that's in your energy is manifesting this connection and possibly doing spell work as well. And I do feel like, there was something between the two of you that was hidden. There was something hidden between the two of you, and now they want to repair that. You're trying to avoid further pain, but they are trying to bring this back together. Interesting. All right, so bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands. Wow, so be careful here, Gemini, because this person, they could be part of a coven. I'm really strongly getting occult energy here. I do feel like you had conflict with this person, and I do feel like, there were more people involved in this situation than needed to be as well. So let me clarify. Spirit, why is the Hierophant here? All right, Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles reverse. This is somebody you have known for a while. You may have felt like they were a soulmate. I don't know if this is somebody you knew before you were, because I don't see you being involved in a relationship with this person. And in this particular reading, the Hierophant looks like you trying to find your balance, maybe even in counseling, because you're trying to move forward. You're trying to move away from this, realizing that this was in a very unbalanced situation. And you're trying to turn that wheel of fortune in your favor to move forward, but you're doing it in a very single energy. Yeah. And there's also this energy of you focusing on your finances and your money. There's an energy of you basically saying to this person, look, this wasn't a good situation. You were in, you were out. You know, there was this, you were selfish. And I feel like you've come across that information because of you receiving advice or receiving counseling of some sort, possibly from a spiritual leader or somebody you highly respected, somebody who was speaking truth to you. And this is what caused you to view this person differently. It caused you to view them as somebody that was not really balanced. Their money wasn't good. Their temperament wasn't good. They were causing these imbalances in you as well. And so I do feel that like you are kind of turning the wheel. You are showing up here in a single energy, so I don't feel like you're involved with someone. Let me see Temperance in reverse. Now, I do feel like this situation caused your emotions to be all over the place because you felt, how do I word? You felt like you were being hoodwinked in some way. That somebody came across as being super sweet, super nice, you know, bigger than life, but the reality of them was very unbalanced. It was very different from what you had been sold. Yeah, the Empress in reverse and the Nine of Swords reverse. This person actually was very selfish, treated you disrespectfully, and so at the end of the day, you realize this relationship, and it looks like it was a secret connection. It was on and off. This person kind of came and went, and you said, no, I'm not giving to this anymore. I'm not going to have my emotions whipped up and down and all over the place because of the secrets that this person keeps or the secrets in this connection. I'm not giving my love and my attention to this anymore because it's not going to grow. And I just simply don't want to be on that emotional roller coaster ever again. And so I feel like you basically escaped that because this relationship, it was costing you in a big way. Yeah, and you don't want that headache anymore. All right, so let me look at the bottom energy for Gemini. It even caused you to question your value, your self-worth at some point. You know, it just puts you on an emotional roller coaster. All right, so we have the Five of Cups reversed. We have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Fool in reverse. Yeah, it was a false beginning. It was a false beginning, but it was based on deception and secrets. And that's why it didn't work out. This is what you're realizing here. You're realizing that this person, you know, was basically selling you a bill of goods, that, you know, what they were presenting in reality was very different. And I feel like, Gemini, you went through a very difficult time with that. And there was some sadness here. There was a sense of questioning your value, questioning your self-esteem, feeling like you just were unsuccessful, feeling like you were being judged by others. Your emotions were all over the place. And then there came this realization of the deception. You know, whatever this was, it lying, cheating, stealing, it came out into the open. And I feel like that's when you said, you know what, I'm open to love, but not with this person, not with this person. And I do feel like you realized that this person wasn't being legitimate. They were not presenting all the facts. They were keeping secrets, keeping things hidden. And I feel like it kind of caused you to pull back for quite some time, but now it looks like you're opening your heart back up to love. Yeah, you went through a dark period here. And I feel like this hurt you. This was very painful. And now you're kind of coming out of that. So let me look at this person's energy. Show me the Knight of Wands for the person in Gemini's energy. Queen of Swords reversed. And the Ten of Swords. So you must have cut this person out. Either that or they cut you out and then pretended to be the victim. What I will tell you is that this person, it looks like they were in and out, in and out. This is a very angry person. And they're not always truthful. And that's what led to this very painful ending. But I also see this person as being very cutting, very dishonest. They present one way to the world, but to be honest with you, they are not what they present to the world. They're actually a very angry, very dishonest person. And I feel like at some point you thought, Gemini, that this was your person. This was your soulmate. And then we see a very painful ending. Either you cut them out or they cut you out. I feel like this person may have been the one who cut you out at some point, and that's where all this pain came from. But then they said, oh no, it's Gemini's fault. It's not my fault, it's Gemini's fault. I was over here, because this person is very concerned with how others see them. And I feel like they blamed you and then played the victim. But the truth is that this person is afraid of a truthful, honest commitment. They view love as being dangerous. So this is somebody who rushes in, gets the cookie, and rushes out, but then has the audacity to turn back up again. They keep open doors, which is, by the way, narcissistic. Let me see the Page of Swords. Show me the Page of Swords for the person in Gemini's energy. All right, there's the Five of Wands. That's the underlying energy. We have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a juggling energy that's here. This person may have put you in competition with others. And then, you know, when it created conflict between the two of you, they defended themselves and said, you know, that they defended themselves, created an argument, and then said that basically they had to cut you out, but they're the victim. Yeah. And now they're spying on you. Now they're spying on you. They're trying to figure out what it is that you're doing. I will also tell you this, Gemini, this person has conflict with other people. This person has a lot of conflict with other people. Possibly over finances. They could be trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. So they're having to fight for every dollar that they get. And I also feel like this person has conflict with people that they do business with or within some sort of community. So be careful if this person comes back into your energy, because they almost have this, it's like I hate to put it this way, but it's like this person has dabbled in some dark magic, and it's almost like they have a demon of poverty that is attached to them. And at some point that was starting to attach to you, and I feel like you've escaped that. So be careful with this person, because they're going to defend themselves. They're going to defend whatever the conflict was between the two of you. They're still going to try to balance it out, but in such a way that they come across as still being the victim and it being your fault. So they're going to defend their actions here, and whatever this conflict was that the two of you had, they also likely put you in competition with other people, and they were juggling you and someone else, or you and others, period. This is not a very honest person. Let me see the Magician. You could be dealing with another Gemini, very strong, or Libra or Aquarius possibly. Show me this Magician. Knight of Wands, again, in case we had any doubt, and the Chariot. Yeah, they're going to come in. They're manifesting communication with you. So I feel like, you know, they would like for you to come to them. They would love for you to come in and try to strike up some communication with them. But honestly, Gemini, if you do, this person's gonna get the cookie and then run. So yeah, they are very focused on you, but I feel like they're inconsistent. So as quickly as they come in, they're going to leave just as quickly as well. Of course, you know, that's completely your decision to decide, but I would be very careful. It makes me uncomfortable to have the Knight of Wands along with the Magician. That's very manipulative energy, especially with regard to sexual energy. This person could live at a distance from you, but they don't have to. I do feel like they're kind of trying to figure out right now how to contact you, how to talk to you. Are you involved with somebody else? You know, would you be willing to balance things out after the conflict that you had? They're definitely coming in. They're coming towards you. Let me see the energy between Gemini and this person. But I just don't feel like they're carrying the best energy. Ten of Wands and the Three of Coins reversed. All right, so I feel like you're going to tell this person it's over. I see you in a single energy. I see you moving on with your life. I see good karma coming your way, possibly in the form of a soulmate. But there's an energy of you telling this person, look, you're selfish. You weren't building anything with me. I was the only one who was working on this, and you were juggling me. You were being selfish. And I see this person basically, you know, defending themselves and trying to make it look like it was you, that you were the problem. And that's why they're going to contact you. That makes so much sense. They're going to contact you because then they're going to say, well, you could have called me. You could have contacted me. But the real reason that is going on, and this person's not being honest about it, is that they are overwhelmed with problems right now. They are really overwhelmed. And I would be careful that they're not asking you for money or finances, or even just coming in, you know, they're coming in this selfish mode in a very sexual manner. But the reason they're coming in is that they are overwhelmed with problems right now. Let me see the High Priestess. And I feel like they're not being honest with you. This is somebody who appears one way, but you have learned that this person is not as they appear to be. And they hate that you know that, Gemini. Show me the High Priestess. No wonder they were keeping all their energy. All right, we have Justice, strong Libra energy. And then we have Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're tired of worrying. This person caused so much stress in your life. And you're basically saying, no, this is so unbalanced. It's never going to grow. It's never going to become, you know, what I thought it was. I thought this person was my soulmate, but now I am moving forward. You can keep your secrets. You can keep all this, you know, mess. This is messy. So I see you slowly moving forward. This person, like I told you, is coming in to try to balance this out. But they're still carrying secrets, and there's still all of this energy of them, you know, defending their past behavior. Interesting. This person could also have legal problems, Gemini. So if this person could have some sort of a legal issue that's going on, and they may need your help. So be careful. Just be careful. They're not going to come in telling you everything, and they're definitely coming in here looking like they've got their life together, but that is not as it really is. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Gemini. Ace of Swords. There it is. The High Priestess. And the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so this person's definitely coming in. You're going to hear from them. They're coming in acting as if they want to heal things. They want to work things out with you. When you confront them with the things that they have done, they're going to get very defensive, and they're basically going to say, well, you know, at least I called you. At least I reached out to you. But, you know, so really, who's at fault here? They're going to portray themselves as a victim. They're going to try to push this off on you, Gemini. It's going to be a very honest conversation, because what you're going to be saying is, you know what, you were lying, there was cheating, there was stealing, there was something here. That's why this didn't work out. You put me through a very dark period in my life because you were presenting yourself in a way that you were not, and I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to protect my money, so no, you can't have any of my money. I'm going to protect my heart, so no, we're not going to have a new beginning. You know, you're still coming in here with all these secrets. You're basically calling them on it, and they are. With the High Priestess, that's what affected the relationship to begin with. They are so concerned with how the world sees them, and they are so inauthentic in how they really are. So they're coming back towards you with the same energy from before that caused the ending. They're rushing back in, but they're still keeping the secrets and, you know, all of this hidden energy that caused the problems before. So yeah, they're coming in, and they're coming in acting as if they're, you know, telling the truth, and they're ever so truthful, and this person can really put up a good front, I can tell you that, but they're manipulative as hell. And there we have it, the Magician. Same old energy. We see it in 3 different places here that they're rushing in with. And what's going to happen? More conflict, because they're manipulating the situation. Now, that being said, use your discretion, Gemini. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. All right, so it may not apply to you, but this is what I'm seeing. All right, so let me pull an oracle card and see if there's any advice for you, Gemini. Just be careful with this person. I get very dark energy off of them. All right, so your advice says, listen, quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hear us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you. Listen. All right. I feel like you're protected here, Gemini, and I feel like if you listen to Spirit, you will be guided in this situation. You'll get the clarity that you need, and I feel like a lot of you already have. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have resonated with this, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Gemini, know that you are loved, and namaste.